racing. Wow, what a hole shot.
That was the 102 of Kenny Mandrick as they come down the hill for the first time. Like we said, It's going to get a little dicey in that first corner.
It's the 101 in LA at the bottom of the hill all of a sudden.
Who, I believe out front, that is.
Look at this. It's hard to see the numbers as they get to the top of the hill.
That is a 160 of Colton Luger, your first place racer, as they come by for the first time. Colton Luger with the early lead. Here comes.
Oh, not anymore.
Caden Woody on the 980, taking the lead away as they cross the AMSOIL finish line.
Woody out of nowhere. And of course, a couple of sleds decided they wanted a little break, tying it up at the bottom down there. Meanwhile, that pass over the AMSOIL finish line was impressive for your leader.
Now, here's the thing. A lot of racers got to be careful. A few of them did duck underneath there, and there's passing under yellow, so we're going to have to see how that plays out and see if scoring takes a look at anything that happened down there. Your race leader, though, no issues as he's leading the pack clear around down the Ram downhill.
Caden Woody, he's a little awkward, but he holds on to it over the AMSOIL finish line. 2 laps in the book for Caden Woody. Colton Luger looks to the inside. Kenny Mandrick right now sitting in third. Again, the yellow out at the bottom of the hill.
See all racers take that outside line. Colton Luger in second. Battle for third. You can see one racer trying to duck underneath. That was the 341 of Bailey Forrest.
Have to see what they do with that back in the scores booth. But for now, Caden Woody out front. But look at Colton Luger. Reels him in a bit up the hill.
As they continue to battle for third continues as well for that last spot on the podium between Kenny Mandrick and Carson Allred. Down the Ram downhill, your race leaders come. Green flag still flies for Caden Woody.
Man, 3 laps in the book, and this time, Caden really took it easy through that section. Look at the battle for third.
Yellow flag is clear. Back to green flag racing for your race leaders.
That's Mandrick and Allred right there racing for third, and all of a sudden, there's Bailey Forrest as well, and we got somebody off their sled.
I believe that was the 464 of Andy Pake. Another big name back here. Mitchell Thielen sitting right back in 6th now. Could easily make his way up with just 3 laps left to go. 2 more as they come down the Ram downhill.
Caden Woody, I'm sorry, go ahead. Oh no, he's off his sled.
Kenny Mandrick off his sled. That was your 3rd place racer.
That sled tried to go down the hill by itself. Look at the battle for first, second, and third right there as Caden Woody continues to try to run away and hide, but the battle's for second. Allred looks underneath. And he will take that spot. They make the turn and up the hill. And now Woody sees his lead diminish and disappear.
Carson Allred is your new race leader as they make their way down the Ram downhill. White flag will be out. 1 lap left to go with a great move in that last lap, making up a lot of positions.
Carson Allred takes the lead with the white flag out. A power move, and he's running away to hide. So it's Allred, Woody, and Forrest right now, your top 3 with Lugert and Thielen in 4th and 5th. The battle's for second, though, as it rages behind Allred.
Racers making their way. Quite a lead he's already put between he and the 2nd place racers, put it into a different gear while they battle it out. He has 1 more home stretch to go, then it's double checkered flags for the win.
Down the hill comes Carson Allred. He earned this one, and he will take the win. 2nd place battle continues, and it will be Colton Lugert and then Caden Woody, I believe. We'll take a look at the official scoring here.
Bailey, there was a lot going on that race, and you really had to focus. But going off that start, what is the most important thing you think about?
Get to that corner first.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank Arctic Cat, Aeroco Manufacturing, FXR, Fox Shocks, Dakota Cat, Speedworks, Stubboy, Christian Brothers for letting me ride at their track, and Dean's Diesel Repair.
Congratulations. Over in 2nd place, Caden Woody, you led most of that race, and then you had a little bit of bobbles there. What was kind of your thought throughout it?
Yeah, no, I almost had a pretty crazy off there, but saved it and regrouped, and I just kept my composure, and just my mechanic Mike, he was just saying breathe and breathe and breathe, and I could tell that he said that before the race. So I just kept my composure, and I couldn't have done it without the rest of my team, my sponsors, Articat, FXR, Ziggy for getting me for having my sled running good all day, FXR, Sunoco, Bubba Burger, Fox, everybody. I can't thank everybody now. So thank you so much. Yeah.
Congratulations. And on top of the podium, Carson Allred, you had to work for that top place position. So tell me a little bit about your mentality just to stay up, get through those yellow flags, especially with this weather.
Yeah, those yellow flags were definitely a factor in that race, but I just rolled my butt off and got past these guys, and even in these wet conditions, it was still fun. And I'd like to thank everyone at Judnick Motorsports, my dad, my mom, my sister, Scott, Tony, everyone there. Polaris, obviously, Klein for this sick new gear, and I love their new helmets. Amsoil, Jack Links, Exalta, Walker Evans Shocks, SSID Kills, Rocks, and anyone that I forgot, thanks a lot.
Congratulations. Those are your top 3 in sport.
Thank you, Josie. Let's take a look once again at your top 3 finishers in the FXR Sport class.
Row. Green they are. Watch them as they go down in the corner, charging hard. Some guys checking up, a little bit of patience there. Looks like the 129 of Eric Downs. Boy, Downs charged hard, was able to get through. That's what we said. If you can make your way through that mess without getting tangled up with anybody, it's going to pay big dividends for you. Downs works around the outside, makes his way down the hill. The rhythm section across the Amsoil finish line for the first time. It is Eric Downs out front, right behind him, Bailey Force. Then Andy Pake, Tyler Cole, Dalton Jaquir, and Jesse Kirchmeyer in 6th. Great racing on the racetrack as everyone trying to catch your race leader, Eric Downs. He had about a second lead after that last lap and now positions himself to even lengthen that lead. Down the hill they go through the Ram Runaway and across the Amsoil finish line. Let's set the differential. He doubled it, 1.8 seconds. Eric Downs starting to run away from this field.
Mike, from one exciting race right to the next. As the sport final continues, Downs, Forst, Pake, 1, 2, and 3.
And then Cole sitting there in 4th. The FXR Sport Final. Last night, Carson Allred was your winner. Right now, Allred sitting in 6th place. Racing out of Judnick Motorsports. Well, he was solid last night. Let's see if he can move himself up. But I'll tell you what, Eric Downs looking strong, but Downs, who had almost a 2-second lead last lap, look at this, a 341.
My goodness.
Bailey Force is all over him.
Forst is all over him right now as they head up the hill. Look at that.
Was second lap faster last lap than what Eric Downs was.
Downs over the Air Force flyaway. I wonder if he even knows that Forst is right on his tail.
Well, it won't be long. He's either going to
He
see
will
him or
figure
hear
it
him.
out. Yes, he certainly will. Down the hill they come. Your leader about to hit the Amsoil finish line. Right there is your leader. That's the 129 of Eric Downs.
Boy, and he even took 0.3 of a second off that lap. Let's watch Forrest as they go downhill here into the corner. Comes in, going to take the same line. That's not where he's going to make a pass. He's been faster in a couple of other parts of the racetrack. Bailey Forrest really charging hard.
3.5 laps to go. They hit the Air Force flyaway. Your leader now stretches it out just a bit as they head to the top of the hill. Let's see if Force can make up some ground again as they head towards that Amsoil finish line. He's been faster through this section of the track, Mike.
It was about 0.4 of a second last lap. Now Downs had a little bit better lap that time. He puts a little bit more on. His lead is a little over a second. 3 laps left to go. I'll tell you what, Bailey's got to pick it up. Taylor Cole still sitting in second. Taking a look at Carson Allred, who was your winner in the FXR Sport class last night. Allred sits in 6th.
Downs, Forst, Cole, your top 3 right now, and there is your leader. Now that's the 980 back there. That's Caden Woody, your leader, coming up behind Caden right there.
Yeah, Caden down a lap. He in the back of the field, so there's lappers they're
And
going
there
through.
you go. The checkered flag flies, and your winner, Eric Downs, on the 129. Bailey Forst almost caught him and almost reeled him in, but will take a strong second place. Taylor Cole will round out your top 3. Samuel Bloom comes in at 4th. Andy Pake in 5th.
Taylor Cole, 3rd place. That was quite the race. There was a lot going on, and there was a lot of riders going down, a lot of yellow flags. So talk to me a little bit through that race and what you were thinking.
The start was definitely survival. Getting through the start and just not being tangled, that was everything. And I think I came out third, got passed right away, but luckily the rider in front of me had a little bobble and I capitalized and just, yeah.
Well, it worked out for you. Who would you like to thank tonight?
Huge thanks to players, Junior, Ben, Brad at the Players Trailer, Walker Evans, AMSOIL, FXR for the sweet gear this year, Woody's Traction, Playset Companies, Earx, my mom and dad, sister and brother, my girlfriend, all my friends and family for coming out to this race. Thanks to Todd, Brennan, and Pants watching in Florida. Just Sport Tech and Chris Carlson, Andrew Carlson. Thank you so much.
Congratulations. In second place, Bailey, again, with that track, there's a lot going on. This weather is pretty brutal. So talk me through how you get through with this weather.
Just try to pick fast lines and try to miss all the big holes and stuff.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I want to thank my mom, dad, Arctic Cat, Aerico Manufacturing, FXR, Speedworks, Stud Boy, Fox Shocks. Mike did a great job on my shock last night, and everyone else who helped me.
Congratulations. On top of the box, Eric Downs. What a race for you to get out on top. So talk me through that race a little bit and what your mindset was just to stay out on top.
You know, I was just trying to stay consistent and just stay on my sled.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
FXR, Fradlone Racing, Frador, Up North Sports, Fox, Speedworks, Arctic Cat, my parents, my sister, my girlfriend, my grandparents, Milt, and anyone else I forgot.
Congratulations. Those are your top 3 for the sport final, guys. Back to you.
It's in the starter's hands. And they're racing! Will they make it through the... No! Who needs a sign anyway?
Yeah, we got Corplat flying all over.
We've got them 4 abreast as they head up the hill. I think that's the 720 right there of Devin Malcine.
Devin Malcine, yes.
That got the stud boy hole shot, and he leads them down the hill. But this race, ladies and gentlemen, is about to get heated. At the bottom of the hill, Colin Kearns and Caden Woody going to battle for the lead as they hit that Sunoco turn.
Woody on that 980 Arctic Cat. Let's set them as they come across here. 720. That is Kearns. Then it is going to be Caden Woody. Bo Tibbetts on the number 223. Bailey Force in the back row. Wow. And Kenny Mandrick. There's your top 5.
Bo Tibbetts and Bailey Force battling for third as well. So Kearns to the lead and Woody in second. Down the hill they come in front of the grandstands. Through the Woody's Racing rhythm section. And this time, the 720 stretches out just a bit right there. Makes the turn. Up the hill they come.
Still is going to be the 720 out front.
That's Devin Malcine. Our scoring's not quite right down here. Malcine on the 720 is your leader, as far as we can see on your screen right now.
Then it's Colin Kearns, and I believe Caden Woody right behind her. Did Caden bump back a couple of spots?
Down the hill they come. Through the Woody's Racing rhythm section. The 720 super smooth. The battle for second, third, and fourth continues to rage. Makes the left-hander and again heads toward the dogleg. Look at the battle for second behind Devin Malcine. That's your battle for second right there. That's the 223 of Bo Tibbetts into second place.
And then it looks like right behind him is that would be Woody's in that battle there too.
Down the hill they come once again. Malcine your leader. Then Bo Tibbetts in second. And Tibbetts looks to the outside of your leader.
I don't think he's going to be able to carry enough speed around the outside.
Inside is your leader. That's Devin Malcine as they get to, they're reeling in some battle traffic, but there you go.
He goes, bar to bar.
And there's a new leader.
This is good racing here in the FXR Sport Final.
At the top of the hill.
Malcine takes it back.
takes it back. They make the turn, and down the hill they come. Tibbetts on the outside retakes the lead.
Boy, these two guys got a battle going on.
And now look at this. Here comes the 341 of Bailey Forrest. He's going to try to get around to Malsine himself.
And Bailey Forrest coming from the back row, now sitting in third place.
And now sitting in second place, Mike. Forrest makes it around Malsine. So it's Tibbetts, Forrest, and Malsine, your top three. We've got 1 lap to go in your sport final. At the top of the hill, they make the left-hand turn. Tibbetts down the hill. There's Bailey Forrest.
Half a lap left to go. These guys have just been battling throughout this entire race here. Some great racing up front. All of them on Artie Katz.
The 223 into the final turn. He'll head towards the dogleg. And headed for the checkers. Bo Tibbetts will take the win here at Jackson Hole, Wyoming. Bailey Forrest comes across in second. I believe Malsine did come across in third. We're seeing that Colin Kearns is scored on our computers here in third. We'll check on that because from the last I saw, the 720 was running third. One thing we can be 100% sure of, though, Bo Tibbetts from Princeton, Minnesota for Woody's Racing took that.
Thanks, guys. Third place, Colin. Let's talk about that race a little bit. The weather is getting crucial with the snow, and especially not being in that first place position, you're getting a lot of snow dust.
Yeah, the snow is just so soft and it hangs in the air, and there's ice chunks in there. I was taking out Devin and everyone else and have to keep pushing through it with their head down.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank my mom and dad, everyone watching at home, the Galashlegos for helping us out in the trailer with our clutching. It was on point. FXR, Artie Cat, Mike Coletti for getting us a nice sled this year again. Ed Wolbert, he's at home. He does my clutching too. Just everyone else I forgot.
Congratulations. Over in second place, Bailey Forrest, coming from the back row. Talk a little bit about that, because that start is so hard and it's really hard to pass on this track.
Yeah, I just tried to pick a hole to go in between all the guys in the front, and it worked out.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I want to thank Articat, Erico Manufacturing, FXR, Fox Shocks, Speedworks for the awesome clutching, Stud Boy, Christian Brothers for letting me ride at their track, and Dean's Diesel Repair.
Congratulations. And on top of the podium, Bo, what a race for you. Could you feel that pressure behind you, especially when you were trying to get out front?
Yeah, I knew they were coming, and I just had to keep going. I couldn't look back and just keep plowing through.
And who'd you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to keep God from keeping me safe, Brent from watching over us, everybody at Woody's Racing, Paul, Kim, Caden, Taven, just everyone. Nimai for that awesome cart that we got, my mom and dad, my dad for the awesome clutching, thanks to Speedworks. Just everyone that's helped me out. I couldn't do it without them.
Congratulations. Those are your top three for the sport final.
And we're racing at Snow King Mountain. 15 sleds into the turn. And man, are they throwing snow. Bailey Forrest with the stud boy hole shot in the FXR Sport Final. Can he hold on to the lead at the top of the hill?
Boy, they all made it through clean, though. That's the important thing. Now they can start racing.
Down the hill they come through the Air Force Flyaway. Still Bailey Forrest in the lead. Battle for second between, I believe, Blowen and Shield.
Yeah, and Shield Shield on that 144 ride. And Samuel Beline sitting in third right there with the FXR gear.
So the battle for second right there between the 878 and the 144. And Anson Shield takes the second spot. So it's Forrest, Shield, and Blown. And then Devin Malsine on the outside right now in fourth.
And Carson Allred moving up, year's #1 qualifier in the fifth. Mandry in sixth. Bo Tibbetts, the winner of round three in seventh. And then Colin Kearns in eighth.
So right now, Bailey Forrest has a 2.5 lead over Anson Shield, but Shield seems to be reeling him in a bit. We'll set the field for you again as they cross the Amsoil finish line. Forrest, Shield, Blewen still in third, and now Carson Allred is in fourth, and Devin Malsine drops back to fifth. Out of the Skidoo turn. Through the Air Force Flyaway again. Now 3.5 laps to go for Bailey Forrest.
Anson Shield was the fastest on the racetrack that last lap, 34.803. That's how he's made up 2/3 of a second on Bailey Forrest each lap here.
Bailey Forrest out of Thief River Falls, Minnesota for Arctic Cat and Dean's Diesel Repair. Over the AMSOIL finish line. Now 3 laps to go for Bailey Forrest. Here comes Anson Shield, though. Reeled him in a bit again on that lap. Samuel Bluen continues to be in third. Then Carson Allred, Devin Malsine, they head down the hill again.
Bailey's such a relaxed riding style. You watch him many times. It's like he's going to sit down and just kind of crouches a little bit. Very seasoned racer here in this FXR sport class.
Forced into the Sunoco turn. Fights it a bit, getting out of the turn now, ahead for that AMSOIL finish line. Now 2 laps to go for Bailey Forrest. Shield still in second, Bluen in third. Allred a good distance back from a spot on the podium.
Yeah, he'd been making up ground, but now has fallen back just a bit. He's about 3 seconds out of third place, so Carson wants to get on the podium here tonight. He's going to really have to pick up the pace.
Your leader, the extreme outside for Bailey Forrest, almost off the track, trying to find good snow to get out of the turn. As he hits that AMSOIL finish line, Bailey Forrest will see the white flag. 1 lap to go. There's your third place rider on the screen right now. That's Samuel Bluen. Up the hill they go. Forrest, Shield, Bluen. 1, 2, and 3. Allred makes his way to 4th. Colin Kearns in 5th. Less than a lap to go for Bailey Forrest. Down the hill they come.
That's Bluen right there, your third place driver.
You see your leader in the last turn up there. The hard left. Then the dog leg. The flames will fly and the win will go to Bailey Forrest in Jackson Hole. Anson Shield will hold on for second and Samuel Bluen will come across in third. Carson Allred will come across in 4th, and then Colin Kearns, I should say, will come across in 5th. Then Caden Woody, Devin Malsine, Bo Tibbetts, Colton Lugert, and Mitchell Thielen, your top 10 here at Jackson Hole tonight. A great run for Bailey Forrest out of Thief River Falls. High fives for the fans.
Josie?
Third place, just informing me that he speaks French, but he would like to thank his sponsors.
Remercier Skidoo, Team Label, Danny Poirier, mon père, FXR, Woody's, Estiqué, mon mécano, c'est ça.
Well, congratulations. That was a well-deserved third place. Over in second, Anson, what a race for you. You were charging hard, but talk to me a little bit about how you choose your lines and maintain them, especially with the roost.
Yeah, I try to stay out front and try to dodge the roost. And, just trying to see as much as you can out there. But, Kellen and Steve and DJ, they got the sud ripping today. A lot of work goes into that. And, I just want to thank Christian Brothers, Arctic Cat, Textron, Speedworks, Doc, Bell Helmets, AMG Peterbilt, Country Cat, my mom and dad, everyone back at the trailer. Yeah.
Well, congratulations. And on top of the podium, Bailey coming out on top. Good way to end the weekend. Kind of talk me through that race and what you thought right off the start line just to get out.
Right off the start, it was just mainly get a good hole shot and then just try to ride my own race.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I got to thank everyone who's behind me, my mom, my dad, Arctic Cat, FXR, Erico Manufacturing, Dakota Cat, Fox for having my shocks on point, and just Speedworks, everyone who's helped me out. Thanks.
Congratulations. Those are your top 3 for the sport final.
These late 80s, somewhere in there.
Let's get physical by Olivia Newton-John.
Yeah, with the tights on and that.
Yeah, I got those on. Let's go racing, and we're green! The sport final is on the track, and somebody got a monster stud boy hole shot.
When they worked their way through there nicely, though.
That was Bailey Forrest.
Out of Thief River Falls.
Wow, what a start for Bailey Forrest, and he's out front already.
This kid is on a tear this year. So far this year, Bailey has taken a 3rd and a 2nd in Duluth, and when we were in Jackson Hole in rounds 3 and 4, went 2nd and a 1st on Saturday night. So He's been on the podium in every final.
At every style of racetrack, he's been fast, and right now he's man on the point. That's Bailey Forrest, again, out of Thief River Falls, Minnesota. But behind him, Devin Malsine and Brian Peterson not letting him get away too quickly. 1 lap in the books for Bailey Forrest.
Not a good night for your number one qualifier. It looked like Paik was back in 12th place, so he ran into some problems early on. But this young man out of Thief River Falls, sponsored by Artie Cat and Dean's Diesel Repair, he has been spot on all year long.
And we've got a yellow as he heads through that cat corner back there.
It's the number 810. That would be the ride of Colin Kearns.
Yeah.
Out of Manitowoc, Wisconsin.
This will be lap number 3 of 6 as your leader crosses the AMSOIL finish line. Bailey Forst now stretches his lead to 2.3 seconds over Devin Malsine.
Oh, looking good.
Very smooth. Just through that Air Force flyaway so far. Only one little hitch in his get along. Except for that, he's been just flawless in this race.
Well, he's been pretty much flawless all year long when it comes to finals here in the FXR Sport class.
Well, you know what they say in all sports, and I should say in all types of racing, Mike, consistency wins championships.
But let's talk about consistency. Look at his sled as it comes by here. Tell me what color that number plate is.
Well, that's green.
No, his snowmobile's green.
Oh, the number plate itself?
The number plate itself.
I would say that's red, Mike.
It is, and that means what?
That means he was your defending champion?
No, it means he's the points leader here in this FXR class.
So far, I am 0 for 2. Thanks a lot. Into the corner. Oh, what's this? Is this the battle for third, Mike?
That is. That would be the battle between Colton Lugert on the 160.
And he takes that spot, I'll tell you. Forced the issue a little bit, but that one's far from decided, Mike, because look, there's 2 or 3 sleds behind him that want that podium spot too.
There sure is.
So Colton Lugert takes third for now.
Yeah, you got around Brian Peterson. Counting down laps here, though.
Oh, no. A hard crash in the front stretch. And that, I'm sorry to interrupt you, Mike. That might have been, we'll have to look at this. 790 or 720, I guess. That was Devin Malsine, I think.
Yeah, that
was our
Malsine.
second place racer that went down right before the AMSOIL finish line right there. So that changes everything, Mike. So now,
that's Lugert right there.
We'll take a look at this is 1, 2, 3, but out front, Bailey Forst.
Yeah, Lugert sitting in second, and then Peterson in third.
And the win will go to Bailey Forst. Checkers to checkers. But that changes everything for second and third and fourth as they head for the finish line. And second and third just crossed the finish line.
Should be Lugert in second.
It goes Bailey Forst, Colton Lugert, and Brian Peterson, your top 3, with Andy Paik all the way up to fourth, and Samuel Bluen.
Third place, Brian, saying it was pretty good out there. Let's talk a little bit about the track conditions as we get further into the night. More riders are roosting it up.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, when we went out for our sight lap, the track was completely different, so we're kind of riding blind out there that first lap, but one heck of a night for us.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I have to give a huge shout out to my dad, my mom back at home, my mechanic Jared, my brother Danny, Kelly Mills, who's helped us all these years, Skidoo, Lakeland Power Sports, Big Kid Power Sports, Fly Racing, CNA, KRM Enterprises, Goodwin Performance, just everyone. It's awesome to finally get up here.
Well, congratulations. Over in second place, Colton. What a race for you going out there and getting second, but let's talk a little bit about the lines. It's wet and it's smooth out there, so how do you find the right lines?
You couldn't really see a whole lot, but when you could start going fast again, and track was still pretty good from being super rough.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I got to thank my dad, my whole family, brother, sister, mom, my girlfriend, and Cowboy Jacks, Fly Racing, Skidoo. I got to thank Kerry because he's been awesome this year. Stud Boy, Fly Racing, RSI, 2.7 for the sweet helmet, and everybody else I forgot.
Well, congratulations. And on top of the podium, Bailey going out there and just dominating this race. Talk a little bit about your mindset right on that starting line before that light goes green.
Mainly just try to pick out good lines during our sight lap and then just try to get a whole shot and go from there.
And who would you like to thank tonight?
I'd like to thank Arctic Cat, Fox, Speedworks, Stub Boy, everyone who helped me out. Kirk gave us some great advice earlier today, and Kellen had this sled running great, and I thank my girlfriend for watching over me and keeping me safe tonight.
Well, congratulations. Those are your top 3. Guys, back to you.
And they are racing up the hill. Bumping and banging already as they try to figure out who's going to take that stud boy hole shot. Out front, they are elbow to elbow in turn 1, but down the hill they come for the first time. And out front, I believe that was the 341
Bailey Forrest.
Of Bailey Forrest with the stud boy hole shot and the early lead. Up the hill they go. They'll make their left-hander and head for the Traxxas turn. You see the battle for second begin to shape up back there. Down the short chute for the very first time. The left-hander, and now headed for the Amsoil finish line. Let's set the field. Bailey Forrest, Drew Freeland, Anson Shield, third right now. Then Colin Kearns, Mitchell Thielen, Samuel Bluen, Andy Peg back there in 7th, Jordan LaBelle in 8th.
It's interesting that Anson Shield was on the podium in round 15. Freeland was not. Your winner of round 15, Andy Pake, sitting there in 7th place right now.
Looking at your battle for second and third right there between Drew Freeland and Anson Shield. They get to the bottom of the hill, take that right-hand side at the Sunoco there. And up the hill they go once again.
Boy, Anson charging hard again on that 144 Artie Cat. Sure would like to get second place here after a third place finish in round 15, as I mentioned. He's charging hard.
Drew Freeland currently in second place out of Corcoran, Minnesota for FXR and Arctic Cat. Doing his best to hold off the charging Anson Shield behind him. They put another lap in the books now. 3 laps to go in this FXR Sport Final. And here comes the run. Inside move, it's Shield and Freeland as they drag race up the hill.
Yeah, that was a power move getting underneath him. Charging to the top of the hill and able to get around him.
Almost made a reverse move there, but didn't quite work out. So we've got a new second place rider. So it's Forrest, Shield, and Freeland as they head to the bottom of the hill. Good, solid, clean pass right there. As you saw, Drew Freeland dealing with a little bit of the roost on his visor there. The left-hander now heads for the Traxxas turn.
You know, we're used to seeing Drew Freeland race in some of the classes under sport. This is his first run in the sport class, and boy, it's showing that he could easily make the step up into sport full-time.
Bailey Forrest gets the 2 laps to go, signals he crosses the Amsoil finish line. It's Forrest, Shield, and Freeland. Making the podium in your very first FXR Sport race would be a big deal for that young man right there.
Yeah, that's not too bad. And another driver I see that's made the move up is Jordan LaBelle. LaBelle running Sport Light, now in Sport, sitting in 8th place. So that's the driver in that 511 Skidoo that's going to be fun to watch here. Not only today in the remaining laps that we have, but moving forward.
Just a little bit of a look into next season already. So we've got a lap and a half to go in this, the FXR Sport Final. We continue to follow the 341 of our leader, Bailey Forrest, out of Thief River Falls, Minnesota for Arctic Cat and Dean's Diesel Repair. The right-hander and through the short chute. The lead was 5 seconds last time by. Let's see if he's added to it. Out of the FXR final turn, the white flag will fly for Bailey Forrest.
Just think this individual started the year being on the podium 5 rounds in a row. Took a third and a second in Duluth. He took a second and a first in Jackson Hole. He won the Friday night round 5 in Canterbury and then was injured in round 6. Can you imagine what his year would have been like?
He's giving us a glimpse of that right now and getting us ready for 2020. Up the hill he goes, a half a lap to go for Bailey Forrest. The lead still 5 seconds over Anson Shield and Drew Freeland, who continues to run third. Down the hill he comes for the final time this season. Into the Traxxas turn and down the short chute goes your leader. The FXR final turn. The flames and the flag will fly. Bailey Forrest has won here in Lake Geneva. A big win for Bailey Forst. Anson Shield comes across second, and Drew Freeland in his first ever FXR Sport Final comes across in the third and final podium spot. Colin Kearns in fourth, Andy Pake fifth, Samuel Blue in sixth, Mitchell Teal in seventh, and Jordan LaBelle in eighth. Taylor Cole ninth, Marco Travellini rounds out your top 10.
Drew Freeland, kind of testing out the waters in this class right now. You went out there, took third. How are you feeling?
Awesome.
Does this mean that we're going to see you moving up next year?
Hopefully.
And who would you like to thank today?
Oh, I would love to thank Bo for pumping me up for this race. I was a little scared, but he made me happy and made me excited for this race. I'd like to thank all my parents and my family, everyone for getting me up here and everyone that helps me. Arctic Cat, Speedworks, Mike, Kellen, FXR, Milt, Black Label, Amsoil, Bell, Atlas, Mobius, CNA, Rocks, Fox, Grandma Sue for the meatballs for getting me up here, the track crew for making this track awesome, and just everybody, thank you so much.
Congratulations, well-deserved third place. Anson in second place. You went out there, kind of had some battles to get up into the second place position. What was the goal and mentality?
Yeah, I know Freeland, he's riding really good. That's cool to see the younger guys come up here and ride in the sport class. But no, he ran a good race, and I could feel myself just trying to follow him, but I just had to ride my own race and race the track and nobody else. But just got to thank everyone back at the trailer, DJ, Mike Carver, Brian, Betsy, everyone, Christian Brothers, Speedworks, Hayes Brakes, Country Cat, Thomas Snow Sports, Explode, Arctic Wear, Doc, Bell Helmets, 100% goggles, and my mom and dad.
Congratulations. And on top of the podium, again, Bailey, kind of talk about how you're picking and choosing your lines out there.
Just trying to find the quickest and smoothest line to get around.
And who would you like to thank today?
I want to thank FXR, Erico, Arctic Cat, Mike, Callan, Kurt, Studboy, Christian Brothers, Beans Diesel Repair, Fox Shocks, Erico, Studboy, and all the family that's been around to cheer me on with all these races and stuff and coming back after my injury. And I want to thank my girlfriend for watching over me and keeping me safe today, and everyone else who's helped me out. Thanks.
Congratulations. There are your top three in the sport final.